You have decided to try out a free week, and I've got one more idea in store for you. In the next hour, you can take advantage of purchasing the entire curriculum at the lowest price it will ever be. Let me show you just a little bit more about what's inside this year-long vocabulary curriculum. You can get all of the teacher pages that show you exactly what to do each day of the week in the research-based ideas that took 3 years for us to create. You can also get teacher pages for every day of your week for the 32 weeks of the curriculum. So teacher pages for day 1 that I like to store in a binder because I like to stay organized. And then all of the student pages for day 1 are included that have the words introduced in the context. You can also have the students print these words out and glue them into a vocabulary notebook so that their learning lasts week after week, and those words don't just go away on Friday, but they actually become a part of their vocabulary repertoires. On day 2, you have teacher pages with all of the lessons already done for you for the entire year, and you have all of your student pages. If you need grades, the grading page is there for you as well for each of the weeks. On day 2, when the kids are associating the words into different scenarios, you can have the kids do different activities as well to differentiate. So if you think a lot of your students already know that list of words, have them do different activities in a notebook or on loose leaf paper where they make connections to their vocabulary words with other words that they know that are similar. Another thing you can do is have them make webs where they take the word and they have to write multiple meanings of that word into different bubbles. Lots of students think that words only have one meaning, but that's just not true. Depending on the context that they're used in, words can be used in all kinds of different ways and to mean lots of different things. It's important for our kids to know the multiple meanings of words, so you can do some activities like this. You can also have a Venn diagram activity where you have the kids compare 2 of their vocabulary words, how they're the same, how they're different. And you can have them do boxes like this where they make connections to the word and something that's going on in their life. So you have lots of different activities you can do with the words. Then on day 3, you have lessons for all of your year for day 3, which is all about vocabulary in the student's life. So applying those words into their lives. You also have day 4 lessons provided for you, which is all about word relationships, playing would you rather games with your vocabulary words. You have student pages that follow up all of your lessons, so you can teach in front of your class for 10 or 15 minutes, give the students an activity for them to do on their own in a small group or with a partner, in a center, take home. However you want to set that up is up to you. You have lots of different options as well. You can cut those activities out and put them into notebooks so they last all year. You can have the kids make charts of things that they would say with their vocabulary words or how they might write about using their vocabulary words. So really applying those words into other conversations that they're having in their normal day-to-day lives and into how they would write things as writers. You have assessments for every week. 2 options of assessments. I like to give both of them. You have the fill in the blank where they have to fill in the vocabulary word for that sentence, and then the matching with the words and the definitions. You have answer keys for every single week for your assessments, and there's all kinds of additional activities. The program was designed to take just about 15 minutes a day, very intentional, every day throughout your year to build students' vocabulary so that by the end of year after year, they're adding so many more Tier 2 vocabulary words to their curriculum. You can have the kids do acrostic poems. These are really fun where they actually get to incorporate poetry into vocabulary. And again, have them put these in their notebooks, have them do them with friends, basically writing acrostic poems that describe their vocabulary words and put them into different scenarios. You can have them use would you rather cards where they can print these out week after week and laminate them and put them on popsicle sticks and then have the kids write what they would say with their words and show them to the class or in a small group. Other support activities you can add anywhere throughout the week. It's up to you. You can use sentence stems. That might be something you add as an assessment piece, or there's a page each week on the students returning to the context of that passage that you introduced the words in on Monday. So you can have them answer comprehension questions. Maybe you add that to your Monday if you wanted to do that. There are also vocabulary cards for every single week. So you have the words with the definitions that you can do lots of things with. You can have them play matching games. You can put them on rings and laminate them like this. And at the end of each unit, there are 4 units for the year. Each of them are 8 weeks long. You can do a unit review where the kids get a list of their vocabulary words for each week and they have to guess which passage, see if they can remember which passage those words fit in. put this on a ring as well, which is a really fun activity for them to do. You also have emoji cards. You can have the kids emoji their vocabulary. Vocabulary is so closely tied to feelings, so have them emoji their vocabulary and put them in their notebooks. And you can put would you rather cards on rings like this. Take these vocabularies, go to Michael's, get on Amazon, buy little boxes, 4x6 boxes, and put them out in literacy centers so that when it's your 8th or 9th or 10th week into the school year, you can cycle back to week 1 and week 2, put some cards in there, put some emoji cards, put your vocabulary cards in there, have them play games during centers, and that's a great way to keep the words circulating throughout the year. I love what this teacher said about the curriculum, and this is how I know it works. She was using an old vocabulary curriculum, and she teaches ELL students in 6th grade. Almost her entire class is English language learners. With her old curriculum, she had a 34% pass rate. With the new curriculum that she used, she had 21 of her students get a 100% on the assessment. She had an 89% pass rate with 3/4 of her students earning a 100%. I thought that was incredible. And she said before she started the curriculum, I had an average of 34% passing, and she knew she had to change the way she taught vocabulary, especially since she taught a high volume of ESL students. She said the first week blew her away. Students were discussing, connecting, and reflecting on each vocabulary word every day. And as the week moved on, she could see their confidence building. And when Friday came with a test of 28 questions, she was sure they were going to rock it, and she was right. 89% passed, 21 out of 28 got a 100. And she said, I absolutely believe this curriculum will change the way students view vocabulary and help build confident readers and writers. And that's what I absolutely love, to hear that kids are gaining confidence in themselves, not just in that they can memorize a list of vocabulary words and the meanings to them, but they can own those words. They can take ownership over them and use them to feel good about themselves in the conversations they have and in the writing that they're doing. And then we asked her students to write down what they thought about the curriculum. A couple of them had some great answers. Yoji here, she said, what helped me was it was rigorous, which y'all don't know, but rigorous is one of her words she had that week. And who cares if she spelled it wrong? She used it in the right context. What helped me was it was rigorous, fun, and at the end, I learned 14 new words and I passed at an 84%. Can you just feel that confidence there? I love that feedback. Hudson said, what I really liked about the vocabulary thing is how I got worksheets every day, which helps me remember it better than our old vocabulary. And Penelope said, the thing I enjoyed most with the vocabulary was the acrostic poems because they helped me find synonyms for those words. Haley said, what helped me was the vocabulary in my life and associating words worksheet. It really helped me to understand the words more. I love that too. This is your layout of what a typical week would look like for your vocabulary curriculum. And it goes to show you really only need 10 or 15 minutes a day of instruction. And I promise you that this time is super valuable and worth it. It's not enough to be reading books with really good vocabulary words in them. We have to actually be teaching vocabulary in a very intentional, structured, systematic way for our students to not only just know the meanings of those words, but to know the multiple meanings of those words and how they apply in different contexts, and to take ownership over those words so that they begin using them in their own lives. And that's really the big goal of this vocabulary curriculum. I hope you can take advantage of this sale that's going to be offered just to you for just a little bit longer and get yourself involved in vocabulary for your entire year. I wish you a great year, and I hope to talk to you again soon.